situation. Murphy played against Canton and did a credible job, but I would imagine he'll be called upon a little bit more here this afternoon, Paul.
Riding down on the bus with him, he was a bit nervous. You know, it's just normal with one of these games, especially against OFA and for first place in the NAC. So this is something that isn't expected of him, or he probably didn't expect it a week ago, 10 days, and now he's thrust right into the middle of the biggest game of the year so far.
Well, no question about it. It's a big game. And, you know, we saw a couple of big games like this last year between these same two clubs. And during the regular season, OFA won both, but in the playoffs, Massena prevailed. We've got the Bill McQuaig line out there as usual for Massena. McQuaig centering DeRushy and Wiley. Bob Page has moved up to play defense with Tommy Dion. Page has been super the last few games. Mike Humel's line will start for OFA. Humel centering Rich Garvey and Mike Hearns. Bruce LaJoy and Scott Madison will be the two defensemen. Dave Huco in the nets. And again, Dan Murphy for Massena between the pipes. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Page, and he moves it ahead. Dumps it off the boards deep into the OFA zone. It goes behind the net. Madison after it, clearing it around the corner. And OFA back out to center ice. Bobby Page with it. Page headmans it again to DeRushy. DeRushy dumps deep in the OFA zone. Madison back there to try to pick it up. Around the boards it goes, kept in by Dion at the point. He bangs it into the corner. Apparently didn't keep it in, as offsides will be the call on Massena. And we're going to switch lines immediately, both teams, as Thad Jenault's line comes out. Jenault is quite a playmaker. He's the center of the second line, and he's been doing it all for OFA the past couple of years. So we'll be watching him. Buffy Richards line out for Massena. Jenault centering John Frederick and Jerry Sawyer off the draw. The puck controlled by Northrup for Massena. He dumps it deep in the OFA zone. Back to pick it up is Jeff Goulden. Goulden being forechecked, trying to come up with it. Puck goes behind the net, and now it's out to center ice. Off the OFA sticks, here comes Jenault. He's going to break in. He's taken out of the play, and Murphy comes out of the net to stick it into the corner. Now a shot taken from the corner. It's deflected, and it goes into the Massena corner. Comes around behind the net. We have a whistle. And that was a good chance for OFA. It deflected off a Massena man in front of the net. And that was a close
Very
play.
close play. I don't think Murphy even saw the puck, and he happened to be in the way of it, and it went off into the corner, and Massena was pretty lucky. That the center got through the two defensemen and almost had a goal.
Jenault will face it off against Buffy Richards, left side in the Massena zone. That went off Chilton as he was standing in front of the net. It came from a weird angle and bounced off him, but Murphy stopped it, or it went against Murphy.
Yeah.
Off the draw, the puck out to center ice. Timmy Dowd feeds it deep into the OFA zone. Back to try to pick it up is Jeff Goulden. Goulden loses it in front. Now Jenault comes back to help out, trying to feed it out of the zone. It slides to center ice. It's dumped back in. A delayed offsides call, but OFA clears. There comes Goulden, dumping it right on. Murphy makes the save and steers it in behind the net for Bobby Page. Page starts out for the Raiders. Here's Page moving out of his own zone. Both teams a little tentative so far, and that's to be expected in a big game like this. Now back come the Blue Devils as they try to move it. Pass intercepted. Tommy Dion at his own blue line. Trying to feed it up to a wing. It's intercepted there by Tony Carroll. Carroll starts back for the Blue Devils. He shoots it from center ice. The save made by Murphy. Now Dion throws it in the Massena zone. Buffy Richards comes back for the puck and starts out. Here's Richards stepping around. He loses the puck. It's taken away right there. Good forechecking by Glenn McCaffrey. Dion steals from him behind the net. Starts out left side of Murphy. His headman pass. It goes up to Hart, a little bit too far for him. That's intercepted by LaJoy. LaJoy dumps back into the Massena zone around behind the net. They jam after him. McCaffrey picks it up in the corner. He's taken out of the play. The puck comes free to David Romeo. Here's Romeo behind his own net, trying to feed it up to Northrup along the boards, and they still jam at it. Romeo comes in to help out. Now Northrup falls on top of it, and we'll have a face-off. We have 12:52 remaining to play first period. No score in the hockey game. Let's see here. Chilton and McLean will be the two defensemen for the Raiders as their first line comes out of Bill McQuaig, Mark DeRushy, and Chris Wiley. It will be Humel's line again. Humel, Garvey, and Hearns for the Blue Devils of OFA. Both teams 7-1 coming into this afternoon's encounter. And this is the long-awaited game early in the season here. I guess it's not that early. Now off the face-off, the puck comes to McQuaig. McQuaig just poke checks it deep in the OFA zone. Back to try and pick it up is Humel. Humel around the boards, kept in by McLean at the point. He dumps it right in front of the net. DeRushy can't control it, goes into the corner. Now picked up by Goulden. Goulden and Wiley jam for it. Goulden skates away behind his own net. Here comes Goulden, right side, trying to feed it ahead. He does it, comes back to the point, now to center ice, as Chilton couldn't keep it in. Sliding slowly back into the Massena zone where Peter McLean picks it up. Wheels it around the boards. It comes to Wiley right side. His headman pass intercepted and dumped back into the corner. Massena zone, Peter McLean again behind his own net. From right to left, the headman goes to DeRushy, who circles back into his own zone, being forechecked by Humel. His pass is intercepted, but McQuaig comes up and covers and feeds it to center ice. McQuaig trying to chase it down himself. It's poke check to center ice. Chilton with it for Massena. Chilton has it stolen away from him. Back come the Blue Devils as they are content to dump it, and line change for OFA. McLean in his own zone. Janal's line back out. McLean takes it in front of his net. A little bit dangerous play, but he gets it to Wiley. Here comes Wiley. Long headman pass meant for McQuaig. That's intercepted. It's in front of the Massena bench. Now DeRushy has it. DeRushy breaks in right side. Here comes DeRushy. Shoots. Oh, he fired it just wide. Now the puck fed by OFA down the ice. Is it going to go far enough for icing? Yes, it does. And the faceoff will move back deep into the OFA zone. So Mark DeRushy, 1-on-2 that time. He still managed to get a shot off and fired it just wide.
Massena seems to be playing a little conservative right now, whether they're trying to feel things out or whether they're just, waiting for the right moment. OFA seems to be rather physical on both ends, and Massena is just I hope they're going to play their brand of hockey.
I think the same thing happened in the Potsdam game as they were a little tentative at first. Here's Dion's shot deflected wide. Puck goes around behind the net. After it, Timmy Dowd in the corner. He jams at it and ties it up again as he and Mark Hearns tied it up in the corner. And we'll have another face-off deep in the OFA zone.
OFA has been, I'm talking to some people before the game, and they say that the OFA has been taking a lot of stupid penalties after the whistle, and hopefully Massena is not going to let that bother them. And with them playing their brand of hockey, hopefully a few power plays, we might get a couple goals here.
Well, you got to figure both teams are thinking to stay out of the penalty box because each team has a pretty decent power play.
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in the hole unless you have to.
Yeah.
You take a good penalty, maybe to stop a goal, you can live with that.
Yeah,
but
with a breakaway or something like that.
But
foolish, anything after the whistle is not hockey.
Janalt's line against the Buffy Richards line. So far, we're playing line against line here. It's cleared around behind the net by LaJoy. Now Madison, he can't control. The puck comes deep in the zone again. LaJoy comes for it. Stolen by Northrup. Northrup are all over. LaJoy is all over Northrup. The puck back to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Jerry Sawyer breaking down the right wing side. Page tries to take him out of the play. Sawyer still has the puck. Centering pass right in front, intercepted by Dion. Dion, the headman. It goes to Dow, back to Dion, a little bit too far. It's cleared to center ice. We're going to have an offside called on Massena anyway, as Scott Northrup a little bit ahead of the play on the right side.
That was a good break for Massena. They had three men breaking out of the zone, and there was only one defenseman back, and Massena couldn't give it to that lead, that right wing over there, and offsides was blown on it.
Dion tried to feed it ahead to Dowd, but I don't think he expected it, and it took him a minute to get his legs, and that kind of stopped things right there. Off the face-off, the third lines are out there now for Massena and for OFA. Here's Chilton taking a stick at it, and it goes into the penalty box, and we'll face it off again. Massena's third line, David Romeo, Matt Hart, and Ken Hurlbut on the right side. And for OFA, Randy Garvey, Ed Lathan, and Glenn McCaffrey. McLean out there, along with Robbie Chilton to play defense for Massena. Face-off will be on the OFA side of the red line. 10:34 left, first period, no score in the hockey game. Off the face-off, the puck back to Chilton at the Massena blue line. He tries to poke it ahead. They jam at it, and it slides into the Massena zone. Back there is McLean. McLean being forechecked, clears it around for Hurlbut. Hurlbut has it poke checked away, goes deep in the Massena corner again. Here's Peter McLean circling, pokes it ahead. It's stolen, and bouncing around, it goes over to the other side. And we're going to have controlling the puck with a high stick call against OFA.
Looks like it's going to go out of the zone, too.
Oh, yeah. In fact, it's going to go all the way back into the OFA zone. If you control it in the offensive zone with a high stick, moves back the other end.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome. Bill McQuaig's line coming back out, and of course, when that happens, so does Mike Humel's line. Saw Mike's dad, Wayne, here. Wayne, an official.
Oh, yeah.
Long talk with him before the game. Face off to the right side of goaltender Dave Huco. 10:08 left to play here. First period, no score. Massena OFA tied for first place, and somebody won't be after this. Here's Wiley trying to get the shot off. He is knocked down, and the puck slides free behind the net. It's picked up by the Blue Devils defense. It's Tony Caro. Caro out to center ice. Page intercepts, feeding it over for Wiley on the right side. Now Dion follows, takes it in the zone, steps by a check. He is hauled down, and it's a penalty on OFA. And that was of the good variety because Tommy Dion would have been all by himself.
Tommy put a good move on that defenseman, and the only way he could stop him was by hooking him. He's going off.
All right, saw who it was, but we'll wait on the official. So that's the first penalty of the game coming at...
number 7.
Oh, it isn't. It's Mike Humel. Okay. That's a hooking call. So that coming at 5 minutes and 11 seconds of the period. Massena power play to Rushy. Short side shot. The save is made. They jam at it. And the puck comes free about halfway out, and it's cleared to the blue line by OFA and out to center ice. Controlled by Wiley. Wiley feeds it ahead for McQuaig. Back comes Massena on the power play. McQuaig in on the left side, trying to drop it back to Wiley. It's cleared to the blue line and kept in. Now here's McQuaig. We have a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty. And I believe DeRushy is going to go off.
Yeah.
So that penalty coming at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So Mark DeRushy. Oh, wait a minute. No, man in the crease. Excuse me.
All right.
That's the one I always get mixed up for a penalty. Man in the crease.
It's hard, you know, with all the action going on in front of the net.
Into the zone it goes. Wiley has it poke checked away. McQuaig trying to come up with it. Comes back to Dion at the point. He circles, sets up. Over to Buffy Richards. His shot through a screen. The save is made. Either that or it went off a body. Comes back to Dion at the point. Dion steps around to check by Janal. He fires it right on. The save, the rebound, right in front. And Wiley couldn't get a stick on it. Nice save by Hugo. Now the puck controlled by the Blue Devils. They've got a bit of a break. Here comes Thad Janal. His shot. The save by Murphy. A good one. Janal got a blast off. Now the puck behind the net. Janal steals it again, but McQuaig takes it away from him and starts back for Massena. Here comes Bill McQuaig. Steps by a check across the blue line, trying to slide it through. It's intercepted and out to Tommy Dion at the point as he kept it in nicely. Dion upended on the play. He gets up again somehow. Has it poke checked away. It comes free to Jeff Golden. Golden can't clear. McQuaig keeps it in, trying to fire it through, and finally it's fired down the length of the ice by OFA.
Penalty's up.
Penalty is up, and Massena unable to do anything, although they had some good opportunities, and there's going to be a face-off in the Massena zone as it's tied up down in the corner. So Massena, a couple of good opportunities, but to no avail. A couple of good saves by Dave Hugo.
Yes, it was. That one down there with Buffy, it was wide open, but he threw his stick out there and knocked it away before we could put it in the back of the net.
Another penalty. Matching Miners.
Sawyer. It was that little roughing in the corner.
Buffy Richards also going off. 6 minutes and 49 seconds the time of those two. So Sawyer goes off and Richards for roughing each.
Seemed a little one-sided to me, but I guess he's going to take 2 off so he can set the pace of the game.
Keep the game in control. Incidentally, Arnie O'Reilly and George Dobbins are the 2 officials this afternoon.
We had them here last year, too.
That's right. You're right. Off the face-off.
Hard to forget those 2.
They're both from Alex Bay, aren't they? That's the reason, I would think. Here comes a chance for OFA as they bring it in the zone. Right in front it comes to Humel. Humel drops it back to the point. Here's a shot right on. Murphy makes the save. Now the puck picked up by Humel again. We're skating 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Back to the point it goes. To Madison, back to Humel. They jam at it along the boards, and they're going to tie it up, and we'll have a face-off. So OFA trying to get some pressure on here as both teams down a man. 1:03 left to go in the matching minor penalties. 7:44 left in the first period. Still no score in the hockey game. David Romeo is out there to take the face-off. He's out there along with Scott Northrup, Peter McLean, and Robbie Chilton. And it's Thad Janal taking the face-off for OFA. They jam at it. Chilton picks it up as Romeo took Janal out of the play nicely that time. Here comes Northrup, fires it right on from center ice. The save is made by Hugo. The puck back to the point. Here's Robbie Chilton. Chilton has it poke checked away. They fight for it. And no, it's kept on. In fact, a shot right on from the point, and another save by Hugo. Now it's picked up by Carroll. Carroll dumps to center ice. Robbie Chilton picks up at the Massena blue line for the Raiders. Chilton feeds it ahead. Northrup just backhands it deep into the OFA zone. He wants off as Massena sends DeRushy out there. Tommy Dion also steps out on the ice. Blue Devils breaking back down the ice. Here comes Thad Janal. Shot from the blue line. And offsides is called as Murphy made the save anyway, although it's not a save.
Oh, yes.
We're down to 23 seconds left in the matching minor penalties. 7:04 in the period. First period, no score in the hockey game. 0-0. Off the face-off. Tommy Dion trying to get by a check. He follows the puck into the corner. Here's Dion, deep in the OFA zone. Dumps it back to the point. Was just vacated by McQuaig, and it goes out to center ice. Now DeRushy just lofts it. It's going to bounce right on, and Hugo has to make kind of a tricky save there. Not a tough one, though. And now OFA trying to get something going here. Out to, yes, it is out to center ice. DeRushy almost kept it in, but couldn't. Feeds it back to Page at the Massena blue line.
We're all even
Penalties are up, and we're back to full and equal strength, 5-on-5 plus the goaltenders. Here comes Janault again. No, excuse me, that's not Janault, that's LaJoy. And he fires it, but we have a whistle. Offsides.
Oh, we've got a player down.
Oh, an injured player.
Back quarter.
Okay. It's an OFA Blue Devil who's down. That could be a tough break for OFA. No, he's going to stay with his same line, Sawyer and Fredericks, but the Massena first line is out there off the draw. Here's Bobby Page. Page trying to headman it to DeRushy. It's poke checked away deep into the Massena zone again. Here comes Page around behind his own net, being forechecked by Sawyer. The puck slides right in front, and DeRushy clears it. Nice play by Mark DeRushy. Ahead to Wiley. Wiley across the blue line. Poke checked away. Bill McQuaig follows up. Here's McQuaig to Dion. Dion winds. His shot bounces just wide. The rebound as Wiley's knocked down in front. They jam at it, and the Blue Devils manage to control it. It's taken away by McQuaig. Looking to center. He still has it. Now poke checked away. Dion steps in there, bounces off the boards into the corner. DeRushy. DeRushy looking to feed it to Wiley. He's tied up behind the net. They jam at it, and finally the whistle blows, and we'll have a face-off in the OFA zone. The last couple of minutes, I think Massena's had the better part of play, Paul.
They're starting to,
they've kept the puck in there.
Yeah, they played it pretty conservative, and now they're starting to get the feel of things, and they're starting to put the pressure on, and they're Ogdensburg's end.
5:46 left to play. Now we're going to have a penalty.
Boy. Those referees must be seeing things. Number 5.
Okay. That penalty coming at 9 minutes and 14 seconds.
Massena's playing a good game. They've been in the box once, and that was on a matching penalty, and they're doing a good job staying out of the penalty box.
I think that was a high stick call.
Yeah, I think it was.
So Frederick is off, and Massena's on the power play, so McQuaig's line comes right back out there. They've got Tommy Dion and Buffy Richards playing the points. Here's Dion with the puck at the point. Feeding it over to DeRushy. DeRushy dumps behind the net for McQuaig. McQuaig back to Dion. They move it around. Here's Richards. Richards can't get the shot out. Dumps it over to Wiley. Wiley back to Richards. Richards has it in the corner left side. He winds his shot. Glove. The bouncing puck right in front. Where is goal? Just wide. Just wide.
Nobody
Big opportunity.
Trickled right by that post.
Now Buffy Richards trying to feed it into the corner. Here's Chris Wiley with it. Back to Richards. Richards looking to move. Looks for Dion. Finds him. Here's Tommy Dion. He fires it. Deflected right in front. They jam at it. The goalie has it underneath him. And another big save for Dave Hugo. It's Mark DeRushy right on top of him. Now a little bit.
Making some decent saves, but he still looks pretty shaky in there. He hasn't come with a good solid save. He's been able to fall on quite a few pucks.
So the Raiders are going to make some changes here, but some good opportunities again on the power play, but they've been unable to put the puck past Hugo so far. 51 seconds left in the Massena man advantage. 5:07 in the period. Buffy Richards will be out there now with his line mates. Now, wait a minute. Romeo's going to play the right wing. Northrup on the other side. The puck comes to Romeo. Face-off circle. Right in front of the shot. Oh, he fired it just wide. The rebound comes to Northrup. He can't control it. McLean playing 1 point along with Tommy Dion. Now the puck comes behind the net. Hits the side of the net. Goulden goes after it. He can't control it. It comes to Buffy Richards. He comes right in front of the shot. Short side. And where is it? It's underneath the goaltender again.
Buffy pushed it right into the goalie's stick, and the goalie smothered it right in front of the net.
And we'll have another face-off with 31 seconds left in the Massena power play. Again, Massena moving the puck around in the power play pretty well, but so far Hugo's been able to keep him out of the net.
Keep that pressure on. She's going to go through one of these times.
Now let's see here. The McQuaig line right back out there for Massena. Face off to the right side of Hugo. 4:47 left in the first period. No score in the hockey game. Off the draw, the puck comes back to McLean. Feeding it through for Wiley. Gets by him. And OFA jams it out to center ice. Here comes the head man to DeRushy, right back into the zone. It's taken away from him. Kept in by Dion nicely. Dion feeding to McLean. McLean wants a shot. Through a screen, the rebound bouncing in front. They jam at it. And again, Hugo falls on top of it.
Ogdensburg getting a little physical, protecting their goalie. 11 seconds left in the penalty.
Sawyer's a big kid, and he likes to throw his weight around back there, doesn't he?
You bet he does. He's a big boy.
Well, here's the last opportunity on this face-off. Now we're going to have some changes as Massena sending the Buffy Richards line out there. Richards with Dowd and Northrup. And Tony Caro comes out along with Jeff Goulden. And they're going to have some new forwards as well, as Rich Garvey coming out there along with Mark Aherns. Apparently Aherns is going to take the face-off. As we mentioned before, Mike Humel is hurt, so he's off the ice. Off the draw, Goulden has it behind the net. Goulden trying to clear it. He gets it out to center ice. Comes all the way down the ice. And Dan Murphy controls it back out to center ice. In fact, it goes by everybody. Goulden has to stop it at his own blue line. Now Chilton intercepts the pass. Trying to move it ahead to Timmy Dowd. Comes back to Robbie Chilton. Chilton back to Dowd. And Goulden takes it off his stick. Circles in his own zone. Headman pass. Bounces around at the red line. Finally, the Blue Devils just try to dump it into the Massena zone. It whistles around the boards. Peter McLean with it. McLean looking to tie it up. He's jammed in the corner. The puck squirts free. Picked up by Robbie Chilton. Chilton trying to get by a check. They jam it. He's got two men on him. Finally comes away with it and feeds it ahead for Dowd. Here comes Timmy Dowd down the left wing side. Looking, feeding it ahead. Meant for Northrup. Goes too far. Northrup trying to come up with it in the corner. He and Caro go together. They jam it. Dowd comes in to help out as well. He's upended and falls on the puck. And the faceoff will come deep in the OFA zone. And again, little pushing and shoving after the whistle.
I don't know if Ogdensburg is getting frustrated or what, but they sure like to hit, and they sure like to hit after the whistle, too. As long as Massena keeps her head, we're going to be doing all right.
3:33 left to play first period. There is no score in the hockey game. Massena, OFA. 3 penalties to OFA, 1 to Massena thus far, but Massena power play, although fairly successful moving the puck around, they've been unable to dent the twine, so to speak. Off the draw, Janalt. They jam at it in the corner. Finally, it's picked up there by Frederick. Frederick out to center ice. Here comes Sawyer now. Down the right wing side. His shot is deflected off Bob Page's stick. Bobby got in front of that one. Here comes Dion. Headman pass. He can't control it. Following it up. Here's Wiley. He overskates. Thad Janalt picks up the loose puck and dumps it back to his defenseman. Now the puck out to center ice again. Wiley gets a stick on it. Feeding it ahead for McQuaig. McQuaig steps around to check. Over to DeRushy. Left wing side offsides against Massena. DeRushy a little bit ahead of the play. And we are down to 3:03 left to play in the first period, and still no score in the hockey game. Massena playing with their backup goaltender, Murphy, but he's played pretty well so far.
Murph's doing a good job for the amount of pressure that's placed upon him. He's doing a real good job back there.
And let's see here. It's going to be, well, we'll pick him up in a moment, as the third line from Massena is out there, David Romeo's line. Off the face-off, the puck comes back to McLean. He overskates the puck behind the net. McLean manages to pick it up somehow and starts out behind his own net. Now he comes out left side of the goaltender, looking to pass it ahead. It's pass intercepted. It slides to center ice. Romeo after it. Along with Hart, it's dumped right back into the Massena zone. And behind the net, Peter McLean again for Massena, clearing it around the boards. Here comes Hart, breaking down the left wing side. He just dumps it off the OFA defender. Goulden comes up with it behind the net. He's taken out of the play. David Romeo looking for the puck. Goes back to Robbie Chilton. His shot goes wide. Now the puck bouncing around, and it's poke check down the ice. Deep into the Massena zone. Chilton is the only man back. Is he going to get to the puck? He does. Feeding it up along the boards. Back out to center ice it goes. It's dumped right back into the zone of Massena, but a deliberate offsides is called. And the faceoff will move back in the OFA zone. As that defenseman, Bruce LaJoy, came whistling up the left wing side, the puck came out and he fired it right back in. on a deliberate offside. 2:07 left to play first period, and still there's no score in this hockey game.
Not yet. Tommy Dion's back. Tommy's been getting a lot of ice time, and no reason why he shouldn't be. He's doing a fine job out there.
Here's Dion with the puck, dumps it in behind the net for Northrup. Northrup tied up in the corner. He jams at it, clears it around behind the net for Buffy Richards. Richards now tied up. The whistle blows, and we'll have another face-off. 1:55 left to play here. First period, no score. Massena, OFA.
Both teams seem to be dumping the puck into their offensive zone and trying to get it. Seems like the defensive team picks it up and takes it right back down, throws it into their zone.
Off the draw. The puck picked up behind the net by Scott Madison. Around the boards he goes with it. Kept in at the point by Massena. Richards throws a check. The puck comes free. Dowd trying to pick it up. He does behind the net. Looking to move it around. He's being tied up right there. And he is tied up in the corner by Mark Ahern's, and the faceoff will come in the OFA zone once again. The left side this time of goaltender Dave Hugo. OFA 10-1 overall and 7-1 in the league. Massena 9-1 overall and 7-1 in the league. Of course, the two teams are tied for first place in Division 1. They're ranked 2 and 3. OFA Massena in the state behind Shenandoah. So it's a big game for state ranking purposes, for league purposes, for everything. Here's a shot by Chilton, deflected just wide the rebound. Oh, poked over the net.
Oh,
and the puck comes free, but nobody could control it. And back come the Blue Devils
of OFA.
We've got a penalty behind the play.
Both of them going on.
We're going to have matching minors.
Yep.
13 minutes and 24 seconds the time.
Durashi and Carroll.
Carroll and Durashi go off.
High sticking, both of them.
Okay.
136.
So we'll be skating 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders, and that is going to make a change here. Of course. We want the guy that can handle the puck out there.
And before the game said anytime Tommy can get the puck and go up with it, he's got the reins. He's got the reins to do it. So
McQuaig, who can also handle that puck pretty well, is out there. McLean is out there with Chilton. So Tommy Dion gets a chance to play forward here for a little while. Here comes McQuaig looking for Dion. He's going to take the shot, but McQuaig broke his stick, and offsides was the call anyway, as Dion a little bit ahead of the play. Maybe not used to being a forward.
Tommy was looking for that pass, and I don't think he saw him when he shot the puck into the zone. Tommy had already crossed the blue line.
1:16 left in the matching minors. Still no score. We're near the end of the first period. So both teams are still in the period of feeling each other out, I think. I would imagine a lot of nerves coming into this game on both sides.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of pressure on both these high school teams, and with 1:22 left, I'm sure neither team is going to play too offensive. I don't think they want to give a goal.
Here's McQuaig. He's got Dion, and he fired it just a little bit too far. He would have been all by himself. Here's Dion behind the net with a puck. He centers it right in front. Nobody can get a stick on him. McQuaig too well covered, and the Blue Devils clear it back out to center ice. Pass intercepted by Dion again. He gets by a check, but it's going to go in on Hugo, who clears it back to the blue line. They jam at it. McQuaig has a piece of it. Now Dion trying to come up with it, but it's cleared to center ice. In fact, it's dumped down the ice. That should be an icing call. It is against OFA. 47 seconds left in the matching minor penalties. 53 seconds left in the period, and as of yet, no goals. 0-0. Buffy Richards comes out there now with Scott Northrup.
Tommy's moving back to defense.
And Bobby Page will be out there with him. Face-off will be in the OFA zone to the right side. I don't know what that was, and I don't want to know what that was.
I hope the ceiling isn't coming in. I hope it's just the ice coming down.
Here come the Blue Devils as they move it down the ice. McCaffrey taken out of the play. The puck slides deep in the Massena zone. Dion trying to come up with it. They jam at it. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot. Nice save by Murphy. Shot from the point. Now the puck in behind the Massena net again. Got Northrup with it for the Raiders. Starts to move it out right side. Here comes Northrup. Oh, nice move. Gets by one. Northrup, 1-on-2. Here comes Northrup breaking down. He's got the Jets on. Oh, fired it right across the crease. Nobody there to poke it in. Comes back to Dion at the point. It jumped over his stick, but covering up on the play is Northrup. Northrup drops to Page. Page ahead. Buffy Richards. Richards looks to dump it. He does deep in the OFA zone. 10 seconds left in the period. They jam at it. Puck comes free in the corner. Richards after it. Richards trying to dump it to Northrup. And the puck still slides free. Now they tie it up with 1 second left, and I don't know if you can score with 1 second left, can you?
Oh, yes, you can. You get a quick face-off and a quick shot. That puck can get across the line before the horn
buzzer
blows.
sounds.
Yep.
Well, the face-off is going to be where Massena wants it,
right.
deep in the OFA zone. And OFA, I don't think, can score. That'd be impossible, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But the other side, a quick shot. We're going to get McQuaig out there, of course. And I imagine you're going to try to get the shot right off the face-off. As soon as they drop the puck, of course, the clock will start. Just 1 second left in the period.
This may take a while. Everybody's jockeying for position.
They drop the puck. The horn sounds. About a half a second.
I already wanted to her down. It's very tough. I wouldn't want your job.
It's fun, though.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's fun. Okay, OFA coming out. We're going to see Hearns taking the face-off. And let's see here. Taking Humel's place. Well, Richie Garvey's on one side. And let's see here. Who's going to move up on the wing? I guess John Frederick will be playing the wing on the right side. Or is that Glenn McCaffrey? McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey.
Okay. Off the face-off. It comes back into the Massena zone, picked up by Tommy Dion. Dion taken out of the play behind the net. McCaffrey tries to dump it in, and they tie it up in the corner and jam at it. Little pushing and shoving right off the bat here in the second period. I don't think anything's going to come of that, but if it gets much rougher, there will be penalties.
The referees are going to have to keep control of everything. And they like to push people around in between the whistles.
Again, McQuaig will take the draw from Massena in the Massena zone against Hearns. Mark Hearns off the draw. The puck bounces right in front of the net. Here's a quick shot. The save, the rebound goes just wide. And that took a strange bounce.
Yes, Murphy was about 10 feet out of the net.
The puck comes right in front again, an opportunity. They shoot it. Murphy makes the save. A good save. In fact, it was so good the light came on.
Yes.
Puck back to the point. OFA putting pressure, but Massena manages to clear it to center ice off the stick of Wiley. Now OFA dumps it right back in. It's picked up by Dion. We have a whistle. And controlling the puck with your hand, a hand pass. I think that's what the call is going to be.
Murphy's staying up well. You know, he's not dropping down where you just lose all perspective of where the puck is and where the goal posts are, and he's staying up, and he's made two good saves right off the bat that's keeping Massena in the game.
Jeanalt's line out there against the Buffy Richards line off the faceoff. They jam at it. It comes free to Dowd at the red line. He just backhands it deep in the OFA zone. Goes behind the net, racing back for it is Goulden. Goulden for OFA, back to center ice. Hard check thrown, and there's going to be a penalty on Robbie Chilton.
Yep. Cross check.
And coming at 51 seconds in the period. So that's going to be the first power play opportunity for OFA.
Cross checking.
Cross-checking the call. The face-off will come just outside. Jeanalt stays out there. He'll be out there with Frederick. And I guess Jerry Sawyer will be the other wing. Playing the points, it's going to be, let's see here, Scott Madison on one and Jeff Goulden on the other side. Off the face-off, Madison has it. Circles behind his own net, getting ready to set up. Buffy Richards out there along with Scott Northrup to try to kill it. Tommy Dion and Bobby Page. Here comes Goulden, trying to dump it into the zone. It's right at the blue line. Finally, Jeanalt brings it across. He circles. He's in the corner. Drops it back to Goulden. Goulden dumping it in. Jeanalt has it in the face-off circle. Here comes Jeanalt. Back to Goulden at the point. The puck bouncing around and back into Jeanalt. And we have a whistle. We're going to have another cross-checking call, only this time it's going to go against Goulden of OFA.
Yes.
And that'll even things up. That coming at 1:24 of the period.
OFA seemed to be very methodical with their power play. You know, it seemed like the players knew where they had to go to get set up, and, they looked very well coached.
Well, Don Clark is a good coach, and I'm sure he's worked a lot on their power play. They were moving the puck around quite well. Massena trying to do a good job there, and did manage to keep the puck bouncing around.
Yep, they didn't get anywhere near the net on the power play, so Massena's doing a fine job breaking it.
Okay, off the face-off, Tommy Dion. We're skating 4-on-4 plus the goaltender. Thad Jeanalt picks up the puck. Jeanalt has it poke checked away. Here's Buffy Richards out to center ice. Richards upended, following it up. Here he comes again. Richards, now he's taken out of the play. He's 1-on-3. Yuko leaves it behind the net. The Blue Devils, the pass intercepted. It's Northrup. Northrup trying to tie it up in the corner. He does, and we'll have a face-off deep in the OFA zone to the left of goaltender David Hugo. 13-11 left to play here. Second period, no score in the hockey game. Both teams will make changes now. Richards will stay out there with Northrup, but a new defensive pair coming out as Lee Frigo comes out with Peter McLean. And now they're going to change forwards as well, as coming out will be Bill McQuaig and Mark DeRushy.
Important to have a good center to win that face-off, and with that puck down in OFA's end, 4-on-4, leaves a lot of room there where that puck can go and a guy can get a good shot off.
Garvey is out there to take the face-off. Caro and Madison of the defensemen will pick up the other forward. Madison has the puck, feeding it out to center ice. Frigo, he can't control it. And the puck goes deep in the corner. Racing after it is McCaffrey, but apparently went too far, and icing will be the call. As McCaffrey tried to feed the puck to himself, but he fed himself a little bit too far ahead.
Yeah.
And icing will be the call, and that'll move the faceoff back deep into the OFA zone again. And again, this time McCaffrey will take the faceoff as it's to the right side. Oh, wait a minute. No, Garvey will take it again. To the right side of goaltender Hugo. McQuaig for Massena. We're still waiting for Rich Garvey. He is discussing something with Tony Caro. Apparently some equipment problems as Caro's face mask is loose or...
Arnie O'Reilly, I guess he's telling me he's got to get off with his strap.
So they're going to change the defensive pair right now. Coming out there will be Ed Alberto and Bill Farron.
Still going
No,
on.
excuse me, that's Bruce LaJoy. Now Madison comes back out. And LaJoy goes off the draw.
Oh.
The puck goes to DeRushy, but he can't control it. Now he dumps it back to the point. Peter McLean, he winds, his shot deflected, and is picked off there by McCaffrey. McCaffrey, the headman pass goes to Garvey. Garvey trying to get by into the zone. Frigo ties him up nicely, takes him out of the play, and the puck picked up by McQuaig. His headman pass kept in at the point. Here's a bouncing shot by Madison, goes wide. Frigo, again behind the net. He leaves it for McLean. Here's McLean, starting out left side. Peter McLean has it, steps by a check. The puck, he loses it. Garvey picks it up and dumps it in again behind the net. Now Frigo after it. Massena trying to move it out of their own zone. Frigo takes it to center ice. Drops it for DeRushy. DeRushy crosses the blue line. Gets by a check. Madison on him. DeRushy centers it. It's intercepted there by LaJoy. The puck goes free in the corner. They're back to full, for 4 seconds. I was going to say they're back to full strength. Not quite yet. Now the puck comes right in front. They jam at it.
Right
and Madison now, Janal gets a piece of it. He starts out 2-on-2. Janal feeding it in on the right side, offside.
Uh-oh.
And Bobby Page got railed at that time by Jerry Sawyer. But Page is a big fella, and I don't think it hurt him.
I'm sure Kleber's taking his number down right now, and he'll see him later in the game, I imagine.
12 minutes even left to go, second period, and still 0-0. Janalt's line out there now against the McQuaig line. Face-off just outside the Massena zone. Off the draw. The puck dumped into the Massena zone. Tommy Dion with it, trying to feed it ahead. Here comes Wiley. Across the blue line, offside. Says Bill McQuaig just about a half a stride ahead of the play.
Real close. But Mr. Dobbins, being the official he is, was right on top of the play.
And that will mean a face-off outside the OFA zone. Thad Janalt will take the draw. Janalt out there with Frederick and Sawyer. Bill McQuaig with DeRushy and Wiley. Farron playing 1 point along with Jeff Goulden. Off the face-off. Sawyer controls it, dumps it. It's going to go right on Murphy, and he's going to cover it up as Sawyer was racing in on him. And the face-off will move in the Massena zone.
And Sawyer likes to mix it up. There's no question about it. He's in every play, and he stays in there until the referees come in and pull him out.
Face-off this time in the Massena zone. Janalt against McQuaig. A lot of moving around on the face-offs.
Trying to get position.
And the whistle blows as somebody apparently moved on the face-off.
The longer this game goes, goes 0-0, the more tense and the more jockeying for position everybody's going to get.
Off the face-off, here comes Massena. Bill McQuaid, nice drop pass to Durashi, and he can't control it. And the save made, but not a tough save by Hugo. The puck comes free to McQuaid. He can't get that shot off. Back to the point it goes. Kept in there by Page. It whistles around the boards. Bill Farron has it there. He feeds it deep down the ice. That's going to be an icing call on OFA. Nice pass, and Durashi just couldn't quite handle it.
Backhand pass. Got a little too far ahead of him on that.
Would have been in all by himself.
Yeah.
He and the goalie. One-on-one. Make that 11:22 left in the second period. 0-0 the score. Randy Garvey's line out there now against the David Romeo line. Third line against third line off the draw. The puck back to the point. McLean steps by a check, gets a shot off. It goes wide. Now David Romeo trying to come up with it in front of the net. He's taken out of the play, and the puck picked up by Madison. He starts to move it. Off the boards it goes. Around and kept in at the point by Robbie Chilton. Now they jam at it. The puck comes out to center ice and bounces up into the penalty box. And we'll have a face-off at center ice. 11-1 left to play here. Second period, no score. Massena, OFA. At the Golden Dome in Ogdensburg. Randy Garvey's line stays out there off the face-off. Randy, not quite the size of Richie.
Not yet. Not yet. A couple more years, maybe.
I think he's just a sophomore. The puck out to center ice. Here comes Randy Garvey. Garvey and Hurlbut go after it, and we're going to have a penalty right there. And the penalty is going to go against Hurlbut.
Hooking.
Yep. That'll give OFA a power play once again.
Hurlbut had his sticker on him, but that little guy was holding on to his stick to make it even more deliberate than it really was. But Hurlbut got blown off for a minute and a half.
So that means that OFA goes on the power play once again. Last time they had a power play, they picked up a penalty.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Coach Reed wanting to have a talk with the four players, and Dobbins curtailed that and sent our team back out onto the where the faceoff is going to be.
Janalt out there with Sawyer and Frederick on the points. It'll be Madison and Goulden. Buffy Richards out there with Scott Northrup to try to kill it. It comes back to the point. Bobby Page is one of the defensemen. Tommy Dye on the other. Here's a shot. That one deflected. Was it a pad save?
Knee pad.
Big pad save by Murphy. Now the puck comes out to center ice and down the ice off the stick of Scott Northrup. Back is Goulden trying to set up now. 1:12 left in the man advantage. Goulden starting out for OFA. Headman pass goes to Janalt. Janalt stops about halfway out. It's poke checked away. And no, it stays in there. Now it's picked up. And Northrup gets it out to center ice. Good job by Scott Northrup. Now Madison with it, trying to get by a check. It's picked up by Dion. Dion wasting time, circles in his own zone. Dion still got it. Now he breaks, gets by. Here comes Dion. By one, by two. Dion, backhand shot. The save, the rebound. Just wide. Tommy Dion just missed the net by an inch on the shorthanded try.
Goalie's without his trapper right now.
And now back comes Goulden. Feeding it out to center ice, picked up by Massena again. Bobby Page just dumps it back into the OFA zone. And the goalie now, because OFA controlling, goes and picks up his glove. Here comes Madison. His pass intercepted. It slides into the Massena zone. Bill McQuaig, he can't control. Here's a backhand right front. They shoot, and he fired it wider. Murphy got a piece of it. Murphy did.
Murphy came across and cut that angle down beautifully.
Here's another shot. Goes whistling around the boards, out to center ice. Offsides will be called. Murphy made a dynamic
save by Murphy. Murphy was watching the puck on his left side. The guy passed it over to his right side, and he slid across the crease and made the save. He's going to keep them in the game. No question about it.
9:28. 10 seconds left in the penalty, and the face-off outside the Massena zone.
It was a great matchup with Clubber Page and that Sawyer guy in front of the net. Clubber trying to move Sawyer out, and Sawyer must weigh 2 1/4 at least.
Both big lads.
Clubber can handle him, though.
Off the face-off. Clubber. The puck goes into the Massena zone. In the corner, they jam at it, back to the point. Moving it around, it comes over to the left point. Here's a shot, and LaJoy, I think it was deflected, and it goes up over and hits the wall.
9-16, both teams are even, though.
So Massena doing a good job killing a penalty. In fact, they almost scored a goal.
Tommy Dion almost walked right in single-handedly and put it right in the net.
He went around 3 players.
Yep. Very easily, too.
Yeah. 9:16 left to play. Second period, no score. close checking game here. Here's a poke check. Goes deep into the corner. Puck in the Massena zone. They jam at it. Coming after it is Wiley. Wiley dumps it around behind the net for Robbie Chilton. Chilton trying to move it along the boards. He is tied up. They jam at it. And McCaffrey and Chilton finally do tie it up, and a couple of words said by each. And I'll tell you, Robbie Chilton is not too small either.
No, he isn't.
Of course, McCaffrey's a pretty good-sized
They're
lad,
looking
too.
at each other eye to eye there.
And the face-off will stay in the Massena zone to the left side of goaltender Dan Murphy, who's played quite a game for the Red Raiders.
No question about it.
Now Massena sends out the Dave Romeo line. And for OFA, let's see here. Hearns centering McCaffrey. And we'll pick up
Goulden.
the other one, Garvey.
Garvey?
Yeah.
Okay, Goulden's in the back.
Playing defense along with Alberto. Now they're going to throw Romeo out of the face-off circle. So Hart will come over to take the draw. He gets it. Drops it back to Page. Clears it around the boards. They move it. Here comes Hurlbut. Out to center. No, it's kept in. It jammed. Oh, it deflected off Page and went into net.
Off clever Page. Murphy didn't stay it. I think it went right between his legs into the net.
I'm not even sure who will get that goal. Perhaps Alberto.
Yeah, he just flipped it into the zone.
6:09. The time of that goal. We'll have to wait on the official. But it was one of those. Alberto got the goal.
Well, Massena's just going to have to keep cool here, back strong.
So Alberto gets the goal unassisted at 6:09, and it's 1-0 OFA. A tough break for the Red Raiders. They jam it deep into the OFA zone. Racing back for it there is Goulden. Clears around the board, kept in at the point by Page. Now Bucky Richards after it in the corner. He and Goulden jam at it. It comes around to Garvey. Garvey slides it to center ice. Picked up by Page. Page in his own zone. Now the headman intercepted by Goulden. Goulden steps across the blue line. Delayed offsides call, but Massena will clear the zone. Here come the Red Raiders. Here's a shot from the point. The save by Hugo. Tommy Dion getting that one off. And both teams will make changes. The face-off will come in the OFA zone. 1-0. OFA leads on kind of a fluke goal from the left point.
There was no question about it that you're going to get one of those every once in a while. And I'm sure Massena's going to be putting the pressure on, and who knows. 8:22.
McQuaig's line against the Janalt line. Off the draw, they jam at it. The puck comes back to the point. Chilton can't keep it in. It slides to center ice. DeRushy dumps it right back in to lay offsides, but OFA clears. In fact, they dump it into the Massena zone. We have a whistle. And
going back.
Offsides, an offside pass apparently.
Yep.
And the faceoff will move back to just outside the OFA zone. 8:12 left to play. 1-0 OFA. A fluke goal. Alberto unassisted. As Massena trying to clear the zone, he stopped it, kept it in, and took a weak shot that deflected off Page's skate and went past Dan Murphy. And just a tough break against Murphy, who's played so well here this afternoon. Puck deep in the OFA zone as they jam at it. Here's DeRushy, the shot right on, the save by Hugo.
That's what they got to do. As soon as they get that puck, they got to keep shooting.
Keep that puck on the ice like that too. It's a nice shot by DeRushy. Face-off again will come deep in the OFA zone. McQuaig stays out there to take the draw against Janalt. Janalt out there with Frederick and Sawyer. Face-off left side of Hugo, who's played pretty well himself. Here's DeRushy again, a glove save by Hugo. Chris Wiley right on the doorstep waiting for the rebound, but there wasn't one.
We're taking some shots, but they aren't the hardest that I've seen Massena take. But the goalie's been coming up with the saves.
Again, a face-off left side OFA zone. The puck is dropped. They jam at it. DeRushy again. Back to the point. Here's Chilton's shot. Knocked down by Sawyer. Chilton gets it back again. Shoots again. Scores!
Good play.
Robbie
Good
Chilton.
Follow through. Chilton took a shot from the blue line. Went off one of the Ogdensburg players. Came back, picked it up again, shot, and hit the right side of the net. Excellent goal. That's what they needed right there.
DeRushy may or may not pick up an assist on that. I'm not sure. Because
we won the face-off, which was very important. DeRushy came around the middle side of the circle, went back to the defense and shot and scored.
So Chilton gets the goal, a shot from the left side. And he took the shot. It was blocked. He got his own rebound,
right.
stepped
Didn't
around
give
to
up.
check, and bang, in the net.
Yep, right corner.
We'll see if we can get the official on that goal. Off the face-off, here comes Massena. Into the zone, and an opportunity for Tim Dowd. Takes it into the corner. He's still got the puck. Here it comes.
What?
Well, I couldn't tell who they're saying, but I'm going to guess that it was Chilton and DeRushy and McQuaig picking up the assist.
Yeah, 'cause those are the only ones that touched it from the face-off. Sounds like Joe Carroll announcing, doesn't it?
I bet your Reg got a chuckle out of that, didn't you, Reggie?
Old silver throat.
Off the face-off. They jam at it. Puck controlled by Buffy Richards. He overskates. LaJoy pokes it to center ice. Here comes Janalt. Headman pass goes to Frederick. Frederick and Dion, the opposite number 5s, go after. Dion clears him off the puck. Richards trying to pick it up right in front of here. Sawyer, he shoots. Oh, nice save by Murphy.
Save. Another pad save. He's staying up on his feet, which is very important.
Here's another shot. That one's knocked down. Racing forward is Northrup. Northrup taken out of the play. They jam at it. Buffy Richards tries to come up with a puck. It squirts free. Now Timmy Dowd after it. Sawyer comes back. He picks up the puck. Has it behind the net. Clears it over on the right side. It goes to Jeff Goulden. Goulden gets it out to center ice. In fact, it goes deep into the Massena zone. It's going to be right on, so icing waved off, and the puck controlled by Dion. Ahead to Northrup. Here comes Northrup. He is upended on the play. Right back comes Thad Janalt across the blue line. Here's Janalt trying to drop it back. The puck comes side of the net. Murphy gets a big stick on it into the corner. Now Buffy Richards in the corner. Massena zone says, let's tie it up and give ourselves a chance to regroup. He does.
Little breather.
And we'll have a face-off in the Massena zone. And again, Murphy has been outstanding in this hockey game.
No question about it. He's kept him in the game. He's stayed up on his feet. He's made some great knee pad saves. Great pad saves, and the saves are going into the corner where there's no chance for a rebound. He's doing a heck of a job.
6:21 left to play second period. Make that 6:28. The score is 1-1. Goals close together within about a minute of each other.
Yep. I know it wouldn't take Massena long to bounce back.
Off the draw. Puck comes in behind the net. They jam at it. And here come the Red Raiders.
Way over.
Here comes Wiley in on all by himself. He shoots. The save made by Hugo. He holds on to it.
Right at him.
Nice pass there by McQuaig to Wiley.
Beautiful pass.
Wiley fired it right on, and the save made by Hugo. But Massena's starting to get some opportunities here.
Yes, they are.
And again, OFA playing pretty well, too. It's been a good hockey game.
No question about it. Yeah. You didn't expect anything less.
That's true.
Yeah.
1-1 tie, 6:17 left in the second period, so we're better than halfway through the hockey game. David Romeo's line comes out now. And Ahern will be centering 2/3 of the first line as Mike Humel got hurt in the first period. Off the draw, McLean keeps it into the corner. It goes. After it, there's Madison for OFA. Around the boards it goes. Out to center ice, and here comes Ahern. He's taken out of the play. The puck's bouncing around at the Massena blue line. It goes in the zone. They jam at it. Chilton and Romeo fall on top of it, and the puck is underneath the pile, apparently, and we'll have a face-off. And the face-off will be in the Massena zone.
5:58 left in the period.
That's what there is. 1-1. Massena OFA. Let's see here. Bill McQuaig's line coming back out from Massena, and Ahern's line stays out there for OFA. Ahern centering Garvey and McCaffrey. Off the draw, the puck comes to Bobby Page. Headman pass out to center ice. It's back in, and OFA will be called for offsides. As Jeff Goulden just poked it right back in after it came out. So the faceoff moves outside the OFA zone. 5:52 left in the second period. No score in the 1-1 score in the hockey game. Off the draw, they jam at it. Puck back into the Massena zone. Here comes the Raiders. Bill McQuaig just dumps it, goes deep. DeRushy trying to chase it down in the corner, centers it right in front. They jam at it. The puck bouncing around, picked up by Wiley. Wiley tries to drop it back to the point. It goes off McQuaig's skate, and it's picked up by OFA, but they're offside.
By a long shot.
About 3 feet. And so the faceoff will move back outside again. Again, a bad break there from Massena. If that hadn't gone off McQuaig's stick, it would have gone back to the point. He would have gotten a good shot off.
Yep. We seem to be coming up with those face-offs, though, which really helps things out when you can get control of that puck on a face-off right off the bat.
Well, McQuaig has been a good face-off man all season long. Now the puck in the zone. Here's McQuaig trying to get a swipe at it, and it's gloved and goes in behind the net. The whistle had blown as soon as Hugo touched it with a glove. And so we'll have a face-off, this time deep in the OFA zone, right side. Now the Blue Devils will make a wholesale change here as they're going to send the Thad Janal line out. They play just about every other shift, don't they?
Just about.
We haven't seen Randy Garvey's line too often here this afternoon.
No, not yet. And I'm not so sure as if you will see him either. This ball game stays close.
Off the draw, the puck goes right across the crease, and it's sticked into the corner by Hugo. They move it out to the point, and it jumps over Dion's stick. Now Dion and Janal jam at it. Into the corner it goes. The puck controlled by Janal. He's taken out of the play. They jam at it in the corner, and here come the Massena Red Raiders out to center ice. Now the puck controlled by McQuaig. He goes into the corner with LaJoy. The puck slides free. McQuaig centers right in front. It's sticked into the corner by the defenseman. Now the puck to LaJoy again. He drops it back for Madison. Madison and DeRushy go after it. They fight for it in the corner. Now coming out to help out is Sawyer. He feeds it around the boards. It goes to LaJoy again. Massena really putting some forechecking pressure on right now. McQuaig after it, trying to come up with it. Now it comes to DeRushy. DeRushy gets by a check. DeRushy shoots. The save by Hugo.
Good save.
And DeRushy is yanked down on the play, and he and the person, LaJoy, who yanked him down, having a couple of words.
A little pushing going on.
DeRushy this year has really improved. He is able to control his temper.
Yes.
And he is. Last year he took some penalties he may not have.
Which hurt the team.
Yeah, that's right.
This yeyear, especially this game, Massena is certainly keeping a cool head, and they're playing the kind of hockey that
takes to win hockey games.
Yep.
4:32 left to play in the second period. And on the face-off, the whistle blows. Somebody moved. 1-1 tie hockey game. OFA at 6:09. Alberto unassisted. Massena at 7:11. Chilton from DeRushy and McQuaig. Unofficially. We're not sure of that. We couldn't quite hear it. Off the draw. Here come the Blue Devils. Lathan has his third line out there. Out to center ice it comes. Now back comes Massena's Timmy Dowd. In on the right side. He shoots. Oh, just wide. It went off the goaltender, Hugo. Now Northrop steers into the corner. They jam at it. Richards trying to come up with it, but it's picked up by Garvey. He gets it out to center ice. It slides off an OFA player deep into the Massena zone. Back there to pick it up is Timmy Dowd. Trying to get by a check. It's poke checked away from him. The puck takes a weird bounce and back out to center ice. Here comes Northrop. Trying to get by a check. He slides it into the OFA zone. It's controlled by the Blue Devils. Kept in by Dowd, though, to Buffy Richards. Richards trying to steer in the corner. Goulden comes up with it. He slides it out to center ice.
Get back.
In fact, it's going to go all the way down the ice, and icing will be called.
Massena is staying right with them in the offensive zone. They're coming up with that puck after a shot, and they're right on top of them. They're not letting OFA get that puck out of their own zone.
3:47 left to play here, second period. Still 1-1 tie hockey game. Massena OFA. David Romeo's line out there now. Ahern's line comes back out. Off the draw, they jam at it. The puck right in front. Here's an opportunity for Hurl, but he can't get the shot off as he's upended right in front of the net. Now the puck whistles around the boards. Page pinches in and keeps it in the corner. Racing for it is Scott Madison. Along the boards to Garvey. Puck stolen there by Romeo. He's taken out of the play. Now LaJoy feeds it ahead off the boards to Garvey. Garvey to Ahern's, back to Garvey. They clear it to center ice. Now Garvey trying to chase it down. He and Hart go together. The puck is underneath them, and we'll have a face-off. The puck right in front of the OFA bench. They tie it up there. 3:20 left to play second period. It's tied at 1.
Ogdensburg's doing a very good job with their bodies, moving Massena's men out of the way. They're keeping the front of the goal clear for the goalie to see the shots, and even as hard as we're trying to get in front of the net, they got some big boys that can move our people out of the way.
Janalt's line back out there, and out comes the Bill McQuaig line for Massena. Off the faceoff, they jam at it. The puck bouncing at the red line into the Massena zone. Now back out again. Now Wiley circles back as he gains control. Looking ahead, man. Pass intercepted by Sawyer. He drops it back for Goulden. Goulden back to Sawyer. Off his stick to the Massena blue line. Now back to DeRushy. DeRushy controls into the zone of OFA. Here comes Mark DeRushy, the drop pass to McQuaig. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Knocked down in front. McQuaig picks it up, controls it. He's got it right in front. Trying to get the shot off. He shoots fire, and it's just wide. Now it's Wiley trying to poke it in front as DeRushy lost his stick. He couldn't control it. Sawyer clears it out to center ice. McQuaig steals it. Sawyer gets it back again and dumps it deep into the Massena zone. It hits the back of the net. Peter McLean back to pick it up for the Red Raiders. McLean has it. Whistles around the boards for Mark DeRushy. DeRushy, headman pass, goes to Wiley. Wiley follows it across the blue line. Wiley in behind the net. He's still got the puck. Circles, wrap around. The shot right on, the save made. The rebound, DeRushy, his shot bounces high over the net. They jam at it. It goes into the corner. Richards after it. Massena on a line change. Buffy Richards trying to control it. It comes back to the blue line. It's dumped right back into the corner. In the OFA zone, it's Goulden clearing it around the boards. Northrop trying to come up with it. He and Sawyer. The puck bounces free. Sawyer steps up. Picks it up. Headmans it back to the point. Kept in. Here's Chilton, the shot. Oh, nice save. The rebound bounces right in front, and Sawyer on the backhand clears it to center ice. In fact, it slides down the length of the ice, and Massena putting some pressure on here the last minute or so. Here's Tommy Dion. Long headman pass goes to Northrop. Northrop trying to get by a check. The puck slides free. They jam at it in the corner. After it there is Madison. Oh, a hard check thrown by Dowd this time. OFA trying to clear it back to the point. Kept in there by Page. Page. Now Northrop, or I rather should say Richards tries to keep it in there, and there's a whistle.
Boy, oh boy.
As Buffy Richards was tied up.
Clubber.
Or is that, I'm sorry, not
Clubber. Clubber, number 2 for Ogdensburg, was holding right on to Clubber's ankle after the whistle, and he wouldn't let go, and Clubber finally had to fall down to the ice before the official could separate them.
Randy Garvey is out there. Buffy Richards for Massena. They jam at it off the faceoff. Richards wins. He's got the puck. Here comes Richards across the blue line. We have an offside. Northrop was forced offside by Lathan.
Yep.
And so the faceoff will come outside the OFA zone. 1:29 left to play in the second period. Still 1-1.
Certainly had our chances these past 2-3 minutes. Had a chance with the puck in front of the net. He had it for about 3 seconds with nobody touching him, and he still couldn't get a decent shot off.
And Massena will send out the Romeo line against the Randy Garvey line off the faceoff. They jam at it. Romeo trying to get a stick on it. He does. Takes it in the zone. It's poke checked away from him. The puck comes free and back out. No, it's kept in by McLean somehow. No, I guess he didn't keep it in.
Elbowing.
Oh, we're going to have a penalty.
Number 11, LaJoy. Elbowing. That'll help.
13:42, I believe.
Yep. Power play for the rest of the period now. Let's see what Massena can do now.
Massena hasn't had a power play. There haven't been very many penalties in this period.
No.
So
Massena, the last one they had was at the end of the first period.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to see.
I smell a goal here.
Rich Garvey out there to take the face-off. He'll be out there along with Glenn McCaffrey. Also, Jeff Goulden is out there, and Ed Alberto. Bill McQuaig's line from Massena, Tommy Dion, and Peter McLean will be at the points. Now, excuse me, Buffy Richards is going to be up front, along with DeRushy. Off the draw, the puck out to center ice, and it comes to McLean. McLean along the blue line now, in his own zone. Headman pass goes to DeRushy. Massena now trying to regroup. Here comes DeRushy, steps across the blue line, or McLean, DeRushy rather. Back to the point it goes. Tommy Dion feeding McQuaig about halfway in. McQuaig has it poke checked away and back out to center ice. 1 minute left in the penalty, less than a minute in the period. 45 seconds. Dion with the puck now. Headman pass. Goes back to Dion at the Massena blue line. Here comes the headman, and McQuaig didn't see it. Picked up by Goulden. He dumps it down right on Murphy. And Murphy is going to cover up because he had John Frederick racing in on him. 30 seconds left in the period, 42 seconds in the Massena power play.
Massena's still patient, even though they're not able to get that puck into their offensive zone with a man up. They're still not trying to rush things.
Bill McQuaig will take the draw against Thad Chenault, of course. Face off for the Massena zone, left side of goaltender Murphy, off the draw. Puck back to the point. Goulden, the quick shot knocked down in front. They jam at it. Murphy makes a big save.
Coming up with another one. coming up with another one.
As that shot by Goulden was deflected and went right on the stick of Jenault, who got a good shot off. That burned up 5 seconds. 25 seconds left in the period. Now we're going to have a change. Richards comes off and Chilton comes on. Want a little size out there, apparently. Now Massena controlling the puck. They start to move it out. Long headman pass goes to DeRushy. DeRushy trying to control it into the corner. McCaffrey takes a shot at it. Comes to Dian at the point. His shot deflected right in front. And it's knocked down behind by Madison. He took it right out of the goalie's hand. Now Wiley trying to control. Jenault finds it. Can't get it out. Chilton keeps it in. They poke at it. That's going to be the period.
With almost a breakaway when that whistle blew, too.
So the second period ends with the score all tied up at a goal apiece. And Rob Chilton of Massena at 7-11 in the second period. Just some freewheeling hockey, too. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they play the third period.
Yeah. Whether Massena's going to come out full blast or whether they're just going to hold back and wait for their chance.
Bill McQuaig will take the draw. And John Frederick off the face-off. Here comes McQuaig breaking in all by himself. Shoots. The rebound. They score. Mark DeRushy. Is that Wiley? Chris Wiley, I believe.
Yeah. McQuaig's shot. There was a rebound to the left side of the goalie, and Wiley was right there to slap it home. 6 seconds from the face-off.
6 seconds in the period. Massena goes ahead 2-1.
I guess that answers my question, doesn't it? Whether they're going to come out firing up or not.
So Wiley gets the goal from McQuaig. It's 6 seconds of the period, and Massena takes the early third period lead here, 2-1.
They won that face-off, and it seemed like they just walked by the defense and everybody.
Now OFA is going to make a change here. Jenault's line will come out.
Looked like they were asleep. Ogdensburg, they just walked right by him. The three
McQuaig deserves a lot of credit on that. As he won the face-off. And again, you talk about how important. Here comes McQuaig again. In on the right side. Takes it right in front to DeRushy. DeRushy can't get that shot off. And it goes free into the corner. Now the Blue Devils come back. 14:42 left in the third period. Massena ahead now 2-1 as they score early in the period. Here comes McQuaig again on a pass from Dion. The puck comes back to Wiley at the point. He feeds it ahead. And back come the Blue Devils as that pass intercepted. Here comes Sawyer across the blue line, trying to feed it through the middle. They jam at it, picked up by McQuaig in his own zone. He starts out for Massena. McQuaig steps by a check. Here comes McQuaig motoring down the blue line, across the blue line, and Chris Wiley was carried in by an OFA defender, and offsides will be called on Massena. 14 left to play third period. Raiders leading it 2-1 here as they scored 6 seconds of the third period. Chris Wiley from Bill McQuaig. Buffy Richards line out there now against the Jenault line. Off the face-off. The Blue Devils control. Breaking down the line. Madison, he just feeds it deep into the zone, and in fact it goes off the ice surface. And we'll have a face-off right at the red line. Jenault out there with Frederick and Sawyer. Off the face-off, it comes to Peter McLean, who's playing in point for Massena. McLean over to Robbie Chilton, who has the first Massena goal. His head man to Richards off his stick deep in the OFA zone. Hugo leaves it behind the net for Scott Madison. Madison tries to clear the zone. It goes off a leg and out to center ice. Here come the Blue Devils across the blue line. It comes to Sawyer. Sawyer's pass is poke checked by Dowd. Back out to center ice. Madison has to regroup and come back. Feeding over to LaJoy. LaJoy being forechecked. The puck comes to Chilton. Chilton and Dowd. They jam at it with LaJoy right in front of the penalty box. It slides free back into the Massena zone. Buffy Richards after it. Richards and Frederick come up with it. They jam at it. It comes to McLean behind the net. McLean passing it ahead for Tim Dowd. Dowd looking to get it out to center ice, trying to carry it along the line. Here's a shot. The rebound comes right in front. An opportunity for OFA. They dump it back to the point. Another shot. Gets free right in front. And the save made by Murphy. Now the puck back to the point. Sawyer and Dowd go after it. They jam at it. The puck bounces up into the crowd once again. And we'll have a face-off, I think, just inside the Massena zone. 13-13 left to play in the third period. Raiders leading it 2-1. David Romeo's line out there against the Randy Garvey line. Garvey out there with McCaffrey, and Craig McDonald will be out playing. That's Lathan and McDonald, I should say. Off the face-off, the puck along the blue line,
Yep,
offside. It came out, it was brought right back in by Ed Alberto. Referee's right on top of the play, calling the offside. Off the face-off again, here comes Tommy Dion, controlling the puck, races down, gets by one, offsides again, I think was called.
Yep.
Somebody ahead of the play, David Romeo, I think. Romeo was on top of Alberto. The crowd making a little noise because of that. They'll face it off again. Romeo will take the draw against Randy Garvey off the face-off. The puck bounces back to the Massena blue line. We have a whistle.
High stick.
Apparently, they ruled that Tommy Dion controlled the puck with a high stick.
They're going to put it down to the right of Murph.
So the face-off moves back in the Massena zone.
I didn't see any high stick, but that's what Arnie O'Reilly called, and there's the face-off is.
Romeo will take the draw again against Randy Garvey. Off the face-off, they jam at it. The puck controlled by Dion. Dion taken out of the play, gets it ahead to Hurlbut. Hurlbut tied up at the blue line. They fight for it. Dion pokes it ahead, and he's got it again. Here comes Tommy Dion, takes a shot from center ice. That's sticked into the corner. Romeo follows. He takes the shot. Another save. The puck bouncing around, and back come the Blue Devils as they try to move it ahead. Here comes Lathan down the right side. Drop pass goes back to the blue line, kept in there. Here's a shot. The save made by Murphy. Murphy sticks it into the corner. Nice play by Murphy. And again, a heads-up play. Here comes Hurlbut down the right side. He just fires it deep in the OFA zone. Whistles around behind Ed Alberto after it. Alberto taken out of the play. Page comes up with it. His shot hits the back of somebody's skate. Bounces into the corner. Page tries to follow it. They jam at it. It comes around behind the net. Right in front. Here's an opportunity for McQuaig. McQuaig was on the ice trying to get the shot off as he is upended. And the puck slides in the corner. Alberto after it. DeRushy throws the check. The puck back to the blue line. McQuaig fighting for it. He comes up with it somehow. He gets by a check. McQuaig still got it. In behind the net. Now he's upended on the play and tied up. The puck slides free. McQuaig still swipes at it. And finally it's underneath an OFA player. That was, let's see here, falling on top of it. Where is he? Randy Garvey. And the faceoff will come in the OFA zone with 11:55 left to go in the third period. 2-1. Bill McQuaig's had a good game here this afternoon.
Yeah, Billy's doing a good job out there. Winning the faceoffs, keeping that puck in play.
He really can control it when he's got a lot of traffic. He'll take the faceoff. I think this is going to be a Hearns out there drawing for OFA. Faceoff to the right side of Dave Huco. Off the draw, the puck bouncing around, goes wide of the net. DeRushy in behind the net. He jams at it. He's upended. McQuaig steps in there. Clears it back to Peter McLean at the point. He winds. His shot bounces just wide. Whistling around the boards. It's picked up there by Goulden. Goulden clears it to center ice. Here comes McQuaig. McQuaig has it poke checked away. He gets it back again somehow and fires it deep into the OFA zone. Whistles around behind the net. Wiley racing for it along with LaJoy. They jam that in the corner right side. DeRushy comes in to help out and ties it up in the corner. And we'll have a face-off in the OFA zone with 11:27. Now apparently a little pushing and shoving.
They're breaking things up now. Everybody gets excited in the stands. So
the face-off, no penalties or anything come of that. The face-off will come in the OFA zone as Thad Janalt's line comes out there. And for Massena, it'll be the Buffy Richards line. Richards out there with Scott Northrup and Tim Dowd. Janalt out there with John Frederick and Jerry Sawyer. Page comes out to play the point along with Tom Dion. Face-off right side of Huco. Off the draw, they jam at it. Here's a shot by Dowd, goes just wide on the backhand. Now Northrup trying to come up with it. He ties it up in the corner, and we'll have another face-off. There's Northrup in there on 3 Blue Devils on top of him, but he held on to it and forced the face-off.
Nothing wrong with that. As long as we keep that puck down in that zone, I'll have face-offs all day long.
That's right. Every once in a while, you're going to win a face-off, too,
right.
And perhaps get a good shot off.
Right.
Off the draw. The puck bounces around. Frederick has it. Back to the point. Dion shot. Fired it just wide. Whistles around to the other point. Page Page slides it through. Northrup shot. Knocked down in front. Northrup's got a stick on it. He can't control it. And the Blue Devils break it out 3-on-2. Here comes Sawyer across the blue line. Tries to slide it through. Murphy gets a stick on it. Clears it into the corner. Janal back to the point. It bounces out to center ice. Controlling it now is Goulden. Goulden to Janal, who just dumps it deep into the Massena zone. Tommy Dion trying to poke it around. Buffy Richards picks it up, starts out. Tries the drop pass to Dowd, but it's picked up by Dion instead. He gets by one. Here comes Dion trying to get the shot off. The rebound right in front. Down shot. Oh, he fired it just wide. Had the open net to shoot at. Now Richards keeps it in at the point. Whistles it around behind the net. Goulden trying to come up with it for OFA. He does and manages to clear it ahead and out to center ice. Now the puck controlled by the Raiders again as Hurlbut is tripped.
We're going to have a trip
and OFA
right there.
is called for the penalty. And OFA will go into the penalty box.
Massena doing a super job back-checking right in the neutral zone. They're not even letting OFA take that puck into their offensive zone. Massena coming up with that play again and drawing the penalty for a hook.
Romeo's going to pick one up, though, after the whistle.
He did?
Yeah.
Holy.
So it's going to be even up. So picking up the OFA penalty is Farrand.
That's something that we don't need.
And Romeo gets a roughing call. So it ends up being matching minors, whereas Massena would have power play.
Yep.
So we're going to skate 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Massena leading it 2-1 here. 10:19 left to go in the third period. A very good hockey game here at OFA. Bill McQuaig, Mark DeRushy are out on the ice from Massena, along with Robbie Chilton and Peter McLean. And let's see here. Off the face-off. Here's a backhand shot right on, and Hugo has to cover it up because he had cruising in Mark DeRushy. Out there is Jeff Goulden. Taking the face-off will be Rich Garvey. Garvey is out there along with the Hearns. Yeah, Garvey will take the face-off. Face-off to the left side of goaltender Hugo. Controlled by McQuaig again. He has won, I'll bet you he's won 25 face-offs. Yep. Here's McQuaig, can't control it, right in the middle. And out comes OFA. They've got a 3-on-3, a shot from center ice. The save made by Murphy, he covers it up.
Murph coming up with another good save on there.
OFA taking the shots from center ice, aren't they?
Yep.
10:03 left to play. Third period.
That's the only kind of shots they've been getting on goal this period is something away from the net. Massena's defense doing a good job covering up so there's no rebounds, and they're keeping the puck where they're having to take their shots around the blue line.
1:14 left in the matching minors, 2-1 in favor of Massena here in the third period. Buffy Richards out there with Northrup, Dion, and Page. And Rich Garvey stays out there along with McCaffrey now to take the face-off off the draw, controlled by Dion. Dion steps by a check, comes up with a puck. Now Richards has it. Feeding it over to Page. Page circles behind his own net. It's Massena trying to get something going. A headman pass back to the blue line. Kept in at the point by OFA back behind the net. They jam at it, Garvey and Page. Page kicks it ahead. It goes to Richards. Richards' headman pass kept in at the point again. Is Massena a little bit sloppy. Garvey after the puck. He and Dion go after it. Dion comes away with the puck. Headman goes to Northrup, breaking down the left wing side. He's got Richards with him. Northrup is upended on the play. There's going to be a penalty against OFA. And that is going to go on, let's see here. Turn around for me, fella. 16? Okay, Madison.
Well, that was a smart penalty. Northrup had a lot of daylight, and he was cutting in on the goalie, so that was the only way he could stop him was by pulling him down with a hook.
So Madison goes off for a hooking call, and Massena goes on a 4-on-3 power play.
Leaves a lot of open ice down there in that end.
I see number 5 out there from Massena, Tommy Dion. Yes. Chilton comes out there as well.
That was a great pass from
Richards
Tommy Dion
to Northrup
to draw that penalty.
33 seconds left in the matching minors. Dion with a puck now. Steps by a check. The puck poke checked free out to center ice. Picked up by Robbie Chilton. Chilton across the blue line. Passes it ahead. Into the zone it goes. Scott Northrup with it. Northrup drops it back for Chilton. And that pass is intercepted and dumped down the length of the ice. Back into the Massena zone. After it is Tommy Dion. Dion steps by a check, starts out. Here comes Dion with it. Headman pass to Richards. It's poke checked away. Dion picks it up again. 2 seconds in the matching minors. We're going to be back to a 5-on-4 power play in a moment. We are right now. Here comes Dion across the blue line. Gets by a check. Takes it in behind the net. He's taken out of the play. The puck comes free. And back comes OFA, just dumping it down the length of the ice. Stopped by Murphy behind the net. Timmy Dowd picks it up. He kind of sidestepped the Thad Janal check. The puck whistles around the boards. Richards with it. Now to Chilton. Chilton back to Richards. A little bit too far. Intercepted by the Blue Devils. They clear it back down the ice. It goes in behind the net. Picked up again by Peter McLean. Massena now. They've got an opportunity here. Only 2 men back. Here comes Buffy Richards across the blue line. Richards comes right in. He shoots. The rebound right in front. They jam at it. And a save made once again by Dave Huco. Good save. Now Richards has the puck again at center ice. Poke checked away from him. It comes to McLean right in front of his own net. He feeds it ahead for Northrop out to center ice. Right back in again it goes. Page picks it up. Centers it. It goes all the way back to the OFA blue line. We're all even with about 7:50 left to play in the third period. Here's Page. Out to center ice it goes. Farrand with it. Back into the Massena zone. Momentarily, it comes to Peter McLean. McLean now goes back behind his own net. He's bodied off the puck. It comes free behind the net. Picked up there by Garvey. Garvey trying to center it. In behind the net, it's in McLean's equipment, and we'll have a face-off.
Massena getting a little sloppy there, though. That last play, Ogdensburg did a super job breaking down that power play. With those 3 men on the ice, they seemed like they were all over the place. Massena hardly had one chance for that the whole power play.
Well, the Bill McQuaig line comes back out for the Raiders. 7:28 left to play in the third period. Our score, 2-1 in favor of the Massena Red Raiders. Both teams shot right on off the faceoff. They jam at it, and Murphy made a good save. The rebound now picked up in front. It goes deep into the corner. Now it goes back to the point, and OFA cleared it down the length of the ice themselves, so no icing is called. Back deep in the OFA zone. Coming back is Jeff Golden. Another good play by Murphy there, in that last exchange. Now the puck dumped deep in the Massena zone. Coming back for it is Peter McLean. Circles behind his own net, starts to move it ahead. Now they jam at it. Comes back out to center ice, back in. No, I guess it didn't come out. Chilton picks it up. Whistle. What was the whistle for?
Well, there are people in front of us here.
There's an injured player down on the ice. 6:55 left to play in the third period. 2-1 Massena. We'll have to wait and see. Not sure who it is. We'll pick it up as soon as there is an injured player down on the ice. It's always a good sign, though, when they skate off under their own power, I'll tell you.
Yep.
So, with 6:55, Massena definitely deep at the defensive position.
Yes.
They've got a lot of bodies. Of course, when Billy Whalen comes back.
Yeah. Clubber Page has come on strong, too, so that gives Coach Moore another man in there.
And Page has the puck now. Clears around the boards for Chris Wiley. Jumped over his stick. Janalt poke checks it deep in the zone again. Now a fight in the corner for it. It comes free, and it's picked up by Page. Page bounces it back to the point. Now the bouncing shot goes through the backhand, hits the side of the net, or perhaps a player in front. It comes to Janalt. He pokes it right in the slot. It's clear down the ice. That'll be icing on Massena. No, it's not. It hit the goalie. And that was the break for the Red Raiders as they get it out.
Massena having trouble getting out of their zone.
Right now they are. They've kind of lost a little bit of steam right now. Page with a puck. The headman pass. They jam at it. At center ice, it comes right back to Page at his own blue line. He takes it across the red line, just fires it deep in the OFA zone. Following it in, here's Wiley. He's taken out of the play behind the net. The puck picked up there by Jeff Goulden. Goulden whistling around the boards. Page steps in, keeps it in, feeding it over to Wiley on the right side. Wiley back. The backhand pass is picked up there by Janalt. Janalt starts to move it. Long headman pass goes by everybody. That'll be an icing call. Well, they waved it off for some reason.
Well, I saw Ernie O'Reilly with his arm up, but...
It comes to DeRushy anyway. He starts to headman. Meant for Buffy Richards. Richards taken out of the play, gets it into the OFA zone. It's right back out again to the blue line. Tommy Dion ahead to Richards again. Here comes Buffy Richards. Feeding it through to Dowd. Dowd across the blue line, offsides.
5:28 left in the period.
2-1, Massena leading it. We are in the third period. It's been quite a hockey game, although it slowed down a bit in the last few minutes.
Yes, it has. Massena having trouble getting their puck out of their defensive zone. Ogdensburg putting the pressure on.
Off the face-off, the puck deep in the OFA zone. Back there's Madison to pick it up. Tries to center it out. It goes to Richards. Richards right in front of the shot. Oh, another nice save by David Hugo. And OFA almost made a big blunder right there.
Right
now the Blue Devils try to clear it to center ice. They do. Trying to jam it back in. Lee Frigo picks up the puck from Massena, tries to take a swipe at it. He and Hearns go after it. The puck comes free in front. Richards picks it up for Massena. Off the boards out to center ice. Back after it is Madison. Madison in behind his own net now for OFA. Frigo bounces, keeps it in. It bounces off Richards' back. Frigo's upended on the play, and the puck slides back out to center ice. They jam at it right in front of the penalty box. And apparently they didn't tie it up. It comes free, controlled by the Blue Devils' Madison. He just dumps it deep into the Massena zone, whistles around behind the net. Chilton after it there. Poke checks it ahead. Nice play by Chilton that time. And here comes Timmy Dowd. Has it poke checked in turn. Chilton gets it out to center ice. That'll be an icing call on Massena. And with 4:26 left to play in the third period, the faceoff will move back in the Massena zone. And Massena, again, not controlling the play the way they have the rest of the game.
Oh, their passes, they've been passing it, but nobody's been there. They're throwing it down the ice with none of the wings breaking down there, and they're starting to get a little sloppy right now.
Bill McQuaig's line steps over the boards again for Massena. Players' benches are small here at OFA,
well, I guess
aren't
so.
they?
There's not too much more room for anybody on that bench.
Thad Janalt's line out there against the Bill McQuaig line for Massena. McQuaig takes the face-off and wins it. Gets it to Bobby Page. Page headmans it back to the blue line. Here's a shot deflected wide. Goes in behind the net. They jam at it. Side of the net. The puck bouncing around. McQuaig has it. Here comes Billy McQuaig for Massena. 3-on-2 for the Raiders. McQuaig takes it across. Right in the slot. McQuaig gets the shot. And he fired it just wide. The puck goes into the corner. After it is McQuaig again. He's got it behind the net. He looks to tie it up. They jam at it. And he does tie it up. And the face-off.
Another good save by the Ogdensburg goalie. McQuaig took it right in. None of the defensemen touched him, and he had time enough to take a slap shot on him.
So now both teams will... No, I guess not. Massena's going to stay the McQuaig line. Coming out for OFA will be the Hearns line, which is normally the Humil line, but he was injured in the first period. So OFA without their first line center, which probably has hurt them some here this afternoon.
No question about it.
Buffy Richard, now Massena will make a change. Richard's line comes out. Romeo's going to play the left wing, and Northrup the right wing. Apparently, Dowd may still be sore from his injury the other night. 2-1, Massena leading. 4:02 left to play here in the third period. Almost to nail-biting time, Paul.
Well, Ogdensburg's starting to run out of time, so the pressure's going to start mounting here.
Here comes Buffy Richards controlling the puck. He winds the shot. He fired it wide. Bounces off the boards. Northrup takes a swipe at it. Goes behind the net. Whistles around Page. Keeps it in. Tries to bounce it in the corner. Back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Deflected. They jam at it. And finally it comes to the blue line and out to center ice as the Blue Devils start to move it down ice into the Massena zone. Controlled by Buffy Richards again. He starts out for the Raiders. Richards across the red line. He just fires it deep into the OFA zone. Massena's going to make a change here. Blue Devils controlling. Forechecking is David Romeo doing a nice job.
Super job.
And the puck comes free. Back to the point. They jam at it. And it's out to center ice for the Blue Devils. As they break into the Massena zone, Bobby Page comes up with it and bounces it to center ice. 3:13 left to play third period. Massena up by a goal, 2-1. Now the puck bounces out to center ice. In fact, that's going to go all the way down the ice, but icing is waved off, and Bobby Page has it behind his own net. Here comes Page, long headman pass. They jam at it, slides out to center ice. Durashi has it. We have a whistle as it came back in, an offside called against OFA, and that one worked for them that time as Massena had started moving it down the ice. 2:55. That's all that's left in period number 3. The score is 2-1 for the Massena Red Raiders. A goal at 6 seconds of the third period is the difference so far. Chris Wiley from Bill McQuaig.
Massena seems to be coming on now a little, and Ogdensburg seems to be getting a little flat. So let's hope that continues.
Off the face-off, the puck out to center ice. They jam at it and bounce it back into the Massena zone behind the net. Robbie Chilton. Around the boards it goes. Controlled by OFA, bouncing into the slot. Picked up by Mark DeRushy, trying to clear the zone. It's kept in at the point. Now McQuaig has it. He's got Wiley breaking, feeds him, and it goes by him. And that'll be, no, it's waved off as the puck comes deep in the OFA zone. Jamming after it is Madison. And Massena trying to forecheck. McQuaig takes a swipe at it, keeps it. Oh, DeRushy throws a hard check. They jam at it. The puck's still free. Now McQuaig can't control. It comes out to center ice. Now Frigo throws the check. We have a delay penalty. Now the puck, or is it an offsides? No, offsides.
Offsides, all right.
Excuse me. George Dobbins had his hand in the air, and I was...
You never know from Mr. Dobbins what's going to happen.
I was saying, is that a penalty? I didn't see one, but that doesn't mean there wasn't one.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was just an offside as he pointed to the blue line. And we are down to 2:14. About another minute, it'll be time to pull goaltender.
Well, pretty soon. Pretty soon.
Off the faceoff, controlled. Here's Northrup. Northrup from Massena just swipes it deep in the OFA zone. He comes around behind the net. Goulden with it for the Blue Devils, trying to clear it ahead. It comes back to the point. Page winds his shot right on. The save made by Dave Hugo. Again, keep that puck on the ice.
Yep.
Now the Blue Devils try to clear it out to center ice. They do. Tommy Dion has it there for Massena. He dumps it right back into the OFA zone. Buffy Richards after it. The puck bounces to center ice. It's controlled there by Wiley. They jam at it, and it's back into the Massena zone. After it there is Tommy Dion, or David Romeo, excuse me, over to Dion. Dion just bounces it to center ice. He fires it down the ice. That's going to go right on, so it's not an icing call. Back to pick it up is Alberto. Alberto feeds it deep into the Massena zone again, picked up by Page. Page's headman pass bounces by everybody. It goes on Hugo again. Hugo leaves it in the corner. Wiley after it. In behind the net, we're down to 1:18 left to play in the third period. Hard check thrown by DeRushy. Shot. Oh, just wide. That shot taken from the point by Page. Now the puck along the puck boards. It's poked into the corner by McQuaig. They jam at it. Alberto tries to clear the zone. It comes out to center ice. Back there is Tommy Dion for Massena. And we have a whistle as the puck goes up into the boards.
1:01 left.
And with 1:01, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see a timeout here.
Yep. Massena keeping that puck down in Ogdensburg zone. Ogdensburg doesn't have a chance to get it out of there and bring it down. Really, that's all Massena has to do now is play a little bit defensive, keep that puck down in that zone. They don't have to worry about scoring another goal and seeing if we can run the clock out now.
Face off in the Massena zone. They jam at it, cleared to center ice by McQuaig. A minute left to play in the period. It's dumped right back in the Massena zone. 54 seconds left to play. McCaffrey after it. He's jammed out of the play. Comes to DeRushy. He takes a swipe at it. They fight for it. The puck bouncing back to the blue line. The bouncing puck bounces to center ice. As Madison just couldn't keep it in. It's poke check deep into the OFA zone. Whistling around the boards. About 35 seconds left to play. They jam at it. McQuaig takes a shot. That goes wide. After it is Northrup. Northrup, oh, he takes a wicked shot. Comes up with a puck. It bounces around. It goes up into the OFA bench. And we'll have a face-off just inside the OFA zone with 26 seconds left to play in the third period.
Hugo keeps looking to Coach Clark, but he hasn't made any indication yet of pulling him off.
Well, the puck's been in the OFA zone. That's the thing. Massena keeping the pressure on, keeping the puck in the OFA zone, and that so far has been the difference. Now we're going to have that timeout.
Yep. As
both teams will get a chance to rest their key players. So I imagine we're going to see Janalt's line out there, or at least Janalt and somebody else. And, of course, we're going to see defense. They kind of let him go, though, didn't they?
Yeah, geez, there was just, I couldn't believe it. With a face-off like that, they just walked right in on him.
Well, it will be Thad Janalt out there to take the face-off.
For some reason.
Boy, a lot can happen in 26 seconds.
You said it.
Okay, who are we going to see? We're going to see McQuaig taking the draw. He's getting his final words.
Tommy Dion playing center. No, I beg your pardon. He's close enough to be center, but he's right behind Billy McQuaig.
Against McQuaig. The face-off controlled by the Blue Devils. They've got somebody breaking, but the puck gets by him. It's picked up by Dion, who bounces to the head, back into the OFA zone. 18 seconds left. Controlled by Madison. Madison trying to clear the zone. It comes to Northrup. He just dumps it behind the net.
10
seconds left. OFA's last opportunity right here. They get to clear the zone. No, it's controlled by DeRushy. He fires it right on. Hugo makes the save. The ball game is over. Massena wins it.
Super job.
Danny Murphy. My goodness, he's happy, isn't he?
Yep, everybody's going to Dan Murphy right now, and there's no question about it. This good old Murph kept him in the ball game today. Danny did a super job. Louis going out right now to shake everybody's hand.
That was a big effort for the Massena Red Raiders.
No question about it. Murphy did one heck of a job.
Have to congratulate him because he certainly came in and under some pretty tough circumstances.
Yeah. And he had very little pressure training before this game too.
This game, let's see if we got the saves here. Guess we're not going to get the final saves. But Dan Murphy did a whale of a job for Massena coming in under some pretty tough circumstances. And I'll tell you, he only allowed a goal.
Yep, and that goal was not really a shot that had any meaning to it at all. It was just a fluke goal. So as far as I was concerned, he had a shutout other than that.
Peter McLean is still hurting a little bit.
He doesn't look in very good shape.
No, he doesn't. So the Massena Red Raiders win it 2-1, and the difference, as I mentioned, a goal at 6 seconds of the third period. Chris Wiley from Bill McQuaig. McQuaig had a couple of assists in the game.